wagers, bro. Big bets from the Let Loose podcast. Subscribe now, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing this shit every week. Y'all want to win some money? Subscribe.
College football weekly wagers. Big bets, no whammies. This is the first week of our weekly wagers, man, the college edition. We cannot wait, man, for this college football, bro, man. For real, it's been too long, bro.
Ballin'.
I'm just ready to get into it.
I'm ready to make some goddamn money. I need some money.
I'm ready to get into it. Who you got first? My brother?
Weekly wagers, baby. Week 1, back in the motherfucking bit. God, guys, it's football season again, bro.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let it rain.
Yeah. No, let me stop. All right. Mind y'all got to bear with us because week 1, you get a lot of shitty matchups. There's not a whole lot to look forward to first week, a bunch of ass whoopings. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find a game or two where you might just be comfortable placing a few dollar bets on it. Okay. First game up I got. So this Thursday at 8 p.m., you have Nebraska at Minnesota. Right now, Minnesota's favored by 7 points. Nebraska was 4-8 last year. Minnesota went 9-4 last year. Okay. This is what I got from this. Projected starting Nebraska quarterback, Jeff Sims. He's a transfer from Georgia Tech. He's slated for a breakout year under first-year head coach Matt Rule. Now, Sims' first game as a starter was back in 2020, where he went and beat Florida State in Tallahassee. This, albeit a COVID season, still impressive. This dude's showing poise, promise. You got Matt Rule in there. Matt Rule can coach from college. Nebraska's not going to be the same old punching bag this year, man. They're going to win some games. They're going to be a lot better, okay? They also got a transfer wide receiver in Billy Kemp from Virginia, and he has a skill set to become a primary target for Sims, okay? And the two will cause havoc for opposing teams from what I'm seeing from these guys, man. All right, just some practice, just from highlights, just from game film. That's right. I watch all that shit, okay? On the flip side, you got a new starting quarterback from Minnesota. His name's Athan Kaliakmanis. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce that guy's name, but he's replacing Tanner Morgan from last year. And he played in 5 games for the team last year. Threw for 946 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 54% completion rating. Mostly mop-up duty because Tanner Morgan, did his thing.
Was the man.
But for Minnesota, losing Muhammad Ibrahim is killer. They're running back. They got a new offensive coordinator I'm not sold on, and Kirk Karaka, who was previously the Gophers offensive coordinator, who had left them back in 2019 for Penn State as their offensive coordinator. He was fired after 1 year. Okay. Not sold on that. Nebraska covers this 7-point spread. I'm taking Nebraska to cover this spread. You're going to see a whole new Nebraska team. They're going to win a bunch of games. I wouldn't be surprised if Nebraska wins 8-9 games this year, bro. They're going to be a new team developed. Matt Rule can coach some college football, not the NFL. He's back in college now. And if you're Nebraska, you can't get no worse. I mean, Scott Frost was utterly terrible. So 7-point spread, bro. Slower game. They're both trying to, get some new fire under them, get some new shit going with them, new bloods, new quarterbacks, new everything. But I like Nebraska to cover the 7-point spread, and that's what my money's on. I'm taking Nebraska to cover that 7-point spread, and they could possibly upset the Gophers. Because if I'm picking a game, if I'm picking a winner on that, I'm picking Nebraska. But that's just me.
Definitely. For real. Matt Rule, man, finna run some shit over there. But I also seen it's the over-under is 43.5, and I feel like it's going to go over that. I feel like it'll be over 44 points with those two offenses. Even though Minnesota lost their quarterback, I still feel like they can still put up some points, and I know Matt Rule is going to put up at least 30 points. So that's a good one on the over in that game.
All right, take the over, take Nebraska covering the spread, possibly upsetting the Gophers. If that's your first game, you're welcome.
Miami versus Miami of Ohio. 17-point underdogs for Miami of Ohio. Miami got Tyler Van Dyke. He's supposed to be coming out to play this year, man. They've been having trouble under that Cristobal offense. That's the head coach. And it's going to be troublesome, man. So I feel like Miami is going to cover that spread of the 17 points of Miami, Ohio. I feel like that's going to be one of the big games. I feel like Miami has a point to prove, and they're going to whip the hell out of those boys, man, and try to get in that ACC hunt or whatever to win that conference. So Miami beats Miami of Ohio for the 17-point spread. Covers the spread.
17 points. That's a big one, but it is Miami of Ohio they're facing. There are little chit chats and chatter talking about Cristobal's job security, potentially on the hot seat. I think it's a little too early, too premature to start talking about that just yet. I think every college coach, you got to give him 2-3 years at least to see what he can do. Okay. So
at least. They gave him that big money too over there too. So
they did. And I thought it was a good hire at the time. Whether it pans out remains to be seen, but Miami does got to bounce back, bro, because they're in a tough ACC this year, bro, and they're going to have their work cut out for them. So when you're facing these little teams like Miami of Ohio, these are must-win games. You have to win these games, and you have to win them somewhat convincingly to even be reckoned with or be talked about like that. It's not going to get any easier from there on out for the Hurricanes.
But I feel good about that pick, for real, 17 plus.
All right, 17. There you
have Miami.
It.
Oh yeah, they're gonna tear it up.
It's the battle of the Miamis. Whoever wins this game is the true and legitimate Miami. Better be to you, to all my boys. I got some Miami Hurricanes fans, bro. Y'all don't let them down. Don't let us live this down, bro. Picking y'all to cover. Don't make us look like fools. That's your second game. So this third and final game I got for y'all right now for the Wager Wire this week. Week 1 Wager Wire. Saturday at 7:30 p.m. we have Toledo at Illinois, and Illinois is favored by 9.5, which means 10-point spread. Toledo was 9-5 last year.
Illinois I think they changed that to 8 points. When I looked at it today, they changed it to 8, I believe.
Did they?
I believe so. I checked that out today.
All right, we'll call it 8-9 points. How about that? 8 or 9 points. So Illinois 8-5 last year. Toledo was 9-5 last year. Illinois has a transfer quarterback. His name is Luke Altmaier. He's a transfer from Ole Miss. He has limited experience. He's only had 54 career passing attempts. Okay. Illinois also has a running back in Reggie Love III, and he's poised for a breakout season as the heir to Chase Brown, who's now got drafted to the Cincinnati Bengals. Chase Brown killed it last year. Anybody who watched anything about Illinois, they know that he was a monster last year. Him and Blake Corum was going back and forth with the rushing yards. Like, this dude was killing it. But anyway, Reggie Love, watch out for him. Running back, crazy. He showed potential, and he's going to have a good season this year. And Brett Bielema, the coach of Illinois, is a run-based offense. He's going to want to run that shit, ground pound as much as he can, okay? Especially now that you have an experienced quarterback now that Tommy DeVito is gone. On the flip side, you got Toledo's quarterback. His name is DeQuan Finn. Detroit guy, DeQuan Finn. Shout out to him. He's from Detroit. But this dude has more experience than Illinois' quarterback at Altmaier, okay? In 2021, he went 4-4 as a starter. He threw for 2,067 yards, 18 touchdowns, 2 picks, bro. Last year in 2022, he went 8-4 as a starter. Threw for 2,200 yards, 23 touchdowns, 12 picks. Not to mention he's a dual threat running back. This man has ran for 1,274 yards in his career, and he ran for 18 touchdowns in his last 2 seasons alone. This is a dual threat quarterback. DeQuan Finn is a baller for Toledo, okay? Albeit the competition, we get it. It's still impressive nonetheless, okay? This guy can play some fucking football, all right? Both teams are going to try and emphasize the run game, which means both defenses are best equipped to try to stop it, okay? Illinois should have the slight edge here just because of, like I said, the competition purposes. They play better teams, play better schedule, harder schedules. You're more than likely going to be better on a year in, year out basis. What's appealing to me about this game is the over-under is set at 46 points, bro.
46 points.
46 points. I'm digging the under in this game. Because I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of scoring with these run-based type offenses. Everybody's going to start a little sluggish, slow. First game of the year, trying to get everybody feel them out. You don't want to rush into anything too much. You know, it's not like this is LSU and Alabama playing. You know what I'm saying? This is Toledo and Illinois. You know, no shade at them. I'm just saying. I just think that's what it's going to be. Both defenses are pretty good, and I just see a low-scoring game coming. But if I had to pick a team to win, I still think Illinois will win, but I do think there's a possibility that Toledo will cover that spread. When I made my prediction that this was a 10-point spread, so that was kind of a lot to me. If you're saying like it's 8 now and that's borderline, you might want to take that with caution, proceed with caution with that. But however, I think the 46 points, I'm loving the under in that. I'm going to take that under all day. I think it's going to be low scoring, defensive minded game. I think it's going to be a lot closer than everybody's expecting too. I don't think Illinois is just going to steamroll them. DeQuan Finn, he's too good, man. I just don't see that happening. The defense is going to hold their own. So that's what I got for that. Ladies and gentlemen, college football is back. Please like, share, subscribe. Look, you see what that shit says? Hold up. Let me move this mic stand. God damn it. Subscribe for weekly wagers, bro. Big bets from the Let Loose podcast. Subscribe now, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing this shit every week. Y'all want to win some money? Subscribe. Pete back in with us every week. We got y'all, man. We got y'all. That's what we do. We're showing love. We got y'all. All right.
Come on. Let's fucking go.